John Elway is pretty upset with Aqib Talib's antics with the whole Michael Crabtree chain incidents, and that's probably the reason why he's going to be on the trading block in the 2018 offseason. Now, when it comes to Aqib Talib, he is one of the best playmaking cornerbacks in this league, a top five cornerback, hands down, and it's very possible for him to possibly be playing in another uniform in 2018. Now, he is a little bit on the older side at 31 years of age, and I definitely think there's a team out there that would be interested to leave. I think there's plenty of teams out there that would be interested, but one team that comes to mind is the Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when it comes to the Eagles, I definitely think cornerback spot is definitely a little bit of a weakness. Sure, the cornerbacks in Mills and Darby aren't terrible, but the fact is that they gave up 33 points in the Super Bowl. You're not going to win many games if you give up 33 points. Now, I know it was against the New England Patriots, and I know Brady to Rob Gronkowski is a very, very dangerous combo. However, they did not have Julian Edelman out there, or they, for the majority of the game, did not have Brandon Cook. So obviously, that played a factor in that game. So I definitely feel as if that they should get a cornerback at that spot. And if you do, you're getting a fantastic playmaker. And I definitely think that the Eagles are going to make more than just splashes and during this offseason that aren't on the defensive side. I definitely think there's plenty of moves they need to make on the offensive end. And when it comes to this and all, I definitely think Talib would be a good fit with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when you have to trade away something, you also have to give up something. And I definitely feel as if that the Eagles have something that the Broncos need, and that is a quarterback. Yes, Nick Foles just won the Super Bowl. Now, I think Nick Foles definitely is going to have a little bit of a price tag on his head, so maybe you could sugarcoat a deal with John Elway, maybe trade away Trevor Siemian and Aqib Talib, of course, for Nick Foles would definitely be a good trade for him. Now, obviously, I think a lot of people love Nick Foles and all that, what he did for this team. And not only that, I think a lot of people, or some people might think Nick Foles should be the starting quarterback for the Eagles next year. Now, I personally think it should still be Carson Wentz, but obviously people can go back and forth. And hell, if you aren't, if you're more of a Nick Foles guy than a Carson Wentz guy, maybe they could trade away Carson Wentz instead. Obviously, that would be so much more of a dumb move and definitely much more riskier. However, they need a quarterback. The Broncos need a quarterback. And to get Aqib Talib, you could easily trade away Nick Foles for that, because I definitely think Nick Foles is the lesser quarterback between Wentz and him. And when it comes to this and all, if the Broncos get Foles, obviously that solves their quarterback spot. And the Broncos would do that because their secondary is still pretty darn stacked with Chris Harris Jr. and Bradley Roby and whatnot, who are younger and cheaper than Talib. And obviously they still got Von Miller pass rushing. So their defense will still be in good hands, and they will just get that boost on the offensive end. And when it comes to this and all, I definitely think the Philadelphia Eagles should pursue a trade with Talib and definitely should consider trades with Nick Foles and all of that. Now, when it comes to this all, the reason why I think the Eagles should trade away Nick Foles is not because Nick Foles is bad. It's because you could get a good return for them. And I still think the Eagles still have some holes on this roster. And so to a certain degree, you might have to play aggressively this offseason. Sometimes teams that win the Super Bowl don't make it to the playoffs next year. And I don't think that's going to be the case for the Philadelphia Eagles. However, you still want to make moves even though you won the big game. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I make a bunch of other videos similar to like this on free agency moves. I talk about whether players are good or not. A whole bunch of things on the NFL for the most part. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.